so that way we can hear me. And maybe let's fix my hair real quick. Because, you know, this is what happens when you get turned for the Lord. This, my child, is what happens when you get turned for the Lord. For the Lord, for Jesus Christ, that is of our Savior. Put that on the books and tell him that your pastor said shit. No, but seriously.
And let me just quickly do the fan real quick, so that we can hear me completely, and let's also make it YouTube. Oh, well, that works as well. So if y'all haven't already noticed, because, you know, I'm still freaking brushing it, I have fixed my hair. Like, it does all of the turning things I want it to do. It, like, can do all of this now, whereas in the last video, where I was ranting and raving and being all angry, my hair didn't really move, which, you know, was what it was, but, you know, here we are now. And, you know, a bitch got movable, malleable hair now. Not because I got my way or whatever, I just, you know, maybe, possibly, straight ironed it. Maybe, possibly. But I guess we'll never know. But yeah, so today's video, if I could maybe put the damn brush down, put it down. Okay, I may or may not have a problem in that I can't stop combing. Oh my god, bitch, it's just like everything. But that's not the point of today's video. But we will definitely be getting the point of today's video soon as I stop fucking doing the... Okay, put it down. Jesus. Oh, but that looks off. And then she picks up a brush. Nice job. Nice. Let's just maybe possibly do the video. Do you maybe want to do that? Maybe? Possibly? Okay. So, today, and you pick up another one. Okay, I definitely have a problem with that. Okay, just a few more seconds, because I need this to look good for y'all, because, you know, I didn't, you know, go through all this trouble of, like, straightening it and everything, so it doesn't look good for y'all, because, like, you know, I want to do good for y'all. Y'all smart. All of you new smarties and all of you old smarties and all of you who are just watching this video for the first time. Okay, now, let's get started on the real thing here. So, today's video is on being gay and Christian, which, I happen to be. I am gay, if you could not tell, and I am Christian, as well. So, because I don't necessarily want to just sit here and just rant and rave and yell and scream and, like, slap them and clap my hands like, bitch, this and that and this and that, I actually took notes this time on, like, what it is that I'm going to talk about. So, let's go to that's not where my notes are. Let's go to my notes, and we can be able to read them, and then I can go down the list of, I guess, my thoughts and feelings on it. Now, this may or may not turn into a rant. I really don't know. It's depending on how I feel, so let's just take this ride together, and let's find out where the fuck it ends. Okay, so, I will read you my notes word for word. So it says, well, I mean, clearly... Oh, y'all can't actually see that, can you? Can you see all the things? Okay, so y'all see that. So, it says, gay and Christian as, like, the top, of course, because, like, that was the topic that I'm gonna be talking about. Ooh, hair looks bad. Nope, stop. So if I do that, then I'll start combing it, and then we're gonna fucking be here for, like, another 20 minutes with me just going, yes, Rapunzel, give me Rapunzel, yes. Put down your long ass weave. So, talk about being Christian and your own faith. So, I mean, I don't really know how to, okay, it just helps. So, with being gay and Christian, for me, it's a very different kind of path and whatnot, you know, which is probably why I'm doing this, not probably, that is why I'm doing this video, because I wanted to talk about it, because it's such a, I don't know, I guess you could say a contradiction, because, well, not a contradiction, because most people would think it's a contradiction, because, you know, you're like, oh, you're gay, but you can't also be Christian, because, like, according to that religion, like, you're going to hell. Like, why would you want to believe in a religion that says that you're going to hell? But, like, yeah, you know, it's based on your own faith, which is why, there we go, which is why that's what I'm going to talk about now, in that my faith, in God is, let's see, I don't know, I guess it's just is there. Can you give me a quick second? I need that fan. I'm way too hot right now. Can y'all still hear me? I hope so, because, like, that's really gonna suck if y'all can't hear me, and I continue to record and y'all can't hear me for, like, the rest of this, or else we'll have another video like the last one where I fucking recorded and then shit didn't record, but whatever. So, with, my faith in God is that I know, I'm not necessarily agnostic, and that I know that there's something higher than me, but I just don't know what it is. It's more so just that I believe that there's something higher than me, and I have a strong connection to knowing that it's God, but then part of me is like, but what if it's not? Like, I'm in a very weird limbo place where I'm sort of agnostic, and then I'm sort of not. So, yeah. No, y'all deserve, like, a better in-depth. So, okay. Basically, I'm both. I believe in God, and I also don't believe in God at some times, because I wonder about it. But there have been very specific moments in my life where I'm like, oh my god, like, this couldn't be anything but God. Like, this is my proof that there was a God. Whether other people believe it or not, it just is. For instance, like, different situations where, let's see. Oh, I remember I had one in high school, where, basically, I needed a teacher to do a, what do they call it? A recommendation. I needed him to do a recommendation, but I had forgotten to tell him, when I needed it by. Or it was something like that. No. Oh, no, I remember. Okay, I remember exactly. So what had happened was, I needed a teacher recommendation for this scholarship that I was doing, and I asked one of my teachers to do it. And I needed the recommendation by a certain deadline, and the deadline was approaching, but I had like no idea that it was coming like so quickly. And I think what it was, like the deadline was like 2 days after when I asked the teacher, or something like that. I don't know, but basically it was like on a Friday, and the deadline was like approaching in like 2 days, I think. This is what I know now. Back then I didn't know it was approaching in like 2 days. I was like, oh, you know, it's approaching, whatever. But it was like approaching in like 2 days, and I needed the teacher recommendation, but I hadn't thought about the fact, you know, that you know, when is the deadline and all that shit. So I was like, oh, you know, I'll get it from him, you know, next week or whenever, you know, whenever he's finished with it, I will get it from him. However, I feel that it was a God move in that, or that, you know, God was definitely there, and that for some reason something told me to go to his classroom after school. Like, it wasn't like the teacher that was just like, oh, go to my classroom after school, but it was like, you know, something in me was like, go to his classroom and just check in. And I went there, and he had done the teacher recommendation, and come to find out, like, the deadline was like 2 days, after or whatever, after that. And so I felt like it had to have been God. It couldn't be anything other than God, because I was on my way out, you know, about to walk home, and something in me said, go to the teacher. And I believe that something in me was God. And I feel like any moment where something miraculous happens, where, you know, some voice inside me said, oh, go do this, or go do that, and come to find out, you know, it's something that helps me or some shit. Like, I feel like that, you know, tends to be my God, or how my God works, or talks to me. Which I know makes me sound a little crazy, and like all the people who are like, oh my God, God told me to go do this, God told me to go do that, God told me to shoot up 50 people and all this shit. Like, no, it's not that kind of, you know, God spoke to me like that. But in hindsight, I'm like, it had to have been God. Like, it couldn't have been anything else, because I could have done so many other things, and the fact that I did that one thing that helped me, it had to have been God. It couldn't have been anything other than God. Just like, for instance, my leg. Oh my God. So if y'all notice this right here, this is from when I had a procedure. They had to cut my foot open, because I jumped off a 6-foot wall. I am a fucking idiot. Trying to impress a bunch of black kids, because, you know how that goes, being black, and, you know, when you're raised in a household that's not so much black, and, you know, you feel like you have to be one of the crowd and shit like that, and so you're like, oh, you know, I can be cool, I can be it, I can be in, I can be black, because, you know, growing up, it felt very weird to be black. Well, not weird to be black, but I never wanted to be associated with, like, the negative stereotypes that people usually had about black people, because I was like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm this very well-mannered, little boy who, like, does what he's supposed to, and is, like, very well-spoken, and, like, all this shit. And, you know, you get used to hearing white people go, oh my God, you're so well-spoken, and you're so articulate, and blah, 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 and, you know, you're like, oh, you know, that's me, and, like, I like that. And then you hear them talk about, you know, other people that are ghetto, and you're like, oh, like, they talk so this and that, and blah, 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 blah. And so when you hear those kind of things, like, you never want to be associated with it, which is probably why for the longest time I never had black friends. Wow, this is getting into such a tangent. But point was, well, no, I have to explain that so that you understand why I was trying to impress them. So point is that, you know, I never really connected with black people in the black community, until like a couple years ago, really. Because of those negative stereotypes, and I was starting to believe in them, and be like, oh my God, like, you know, a lot of black people are like that, and like, I don't want to be like that, and I don't want to be associated with that, and I want to be around people that are like that. But I mean, look at me now, like, bitch, we all know I have my ratchet moments. And that, you know, I know how to be quote-unquote black, whatever the fuck that means. I'm just doing me. But yeah, because of that, you know, I never really wanted to communicate or be part of, not necessarily part of the black community, but I didn't want to be part of, like, the negative stereotypes of the black community. So when I got to, college and, like, was placed in a class that was, because I was black, you know, learning black history and Africana studies and all that kind of stuff, being placed in that class really destroyed a lot of the different stereotypes that I thought, you know, about black people that I believed in, because I was like, oh my God, like, this is all the media is giving to me, so this is, like, must be true, like, this must be what it is. But it wasn't that at all. Fast forward, now I have black friends, and I'm all good with being black. But back then, when I was, like, I don't know, maybe 13, I want to say, I wasn't, you know, I don't know, I was just like, you know, I want to be part of the black community. I want to be able to, you know, hang with the black kids, because, like, they seem so cool and everything. So when they were, like, climbing up on, what was it, I think it was, like, a basketball hoop thing or whatever, like, at, it was, like, a family center recreation thing. They were, like, climbing up and whatever, and, like, jumping down or whatever, but, like, they weren't going too far. And so I was like, oh, like, me being the fucking monkey that I am, because oh my God, bitch, my acrobatics, oh! Ooh, bitch, if you would see me as a kid, I was over everything. I was a fucking gymnast, pretty much. Like, bitches couldn't say shit. But me being my monkey self, I was like, well, I know I could fucking climb a lot, like, higher than them, which could really impress them, and then make me seem cool. So I did, and I got up, way, like, up there, like, past the, like, basketball, rim thing. What is it? Like, the entire basketball hoop, bitch, hoop, it's hoop. Jesus. I think it was regulation or not, I don't know, I don't do sports, so I really don't know. But I climbed past that, and then I jumped down, and I broke my foot. And the God in this is that when we went to, me and my mother, when we went to, like, the doctor's office, and he was talking about needing a surgery and all that kind of shit, and you know how doctors aren't, they're pretty much not allowed to tell you what to do, they're just allowed to give you the option, like, okay, here's what we can do, we can do this, or we can do that.
Now, the options were to have a surgery to fix my foot, or not have a surgery to fix my foot. That was really, 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 really expensive. And come to find out, if we hadn't done the surgery, I would not be able to walk. I would be permanently handicapped in the foot, which is why I was trying to, ow, I'm not as flexible as I used to be. See how you can see that? It looks like it's been cut and like ripped and whatnot. It's because they had to cut it in order to, flap it over and take out all the broken whatever and put in nuts and bolts and all that kind of shit, and then come back and, the whole fucking rigmarole, the mess of it. But yeah. And the god in that was that my mother was trying to figure out which decision she wanted to do. Like, did she want to do the surgery or didn't she? And, I feel like it was, well, I mean, not I feel, I know. It was God speaking to her, telling her that I needed a surgery. And this was before she knew that if we hadn't done the surgery, I would never walk again. So, like, I feel like I'm talking in a circle because I don't feel like I'm correctly explaining this. But if you understood, that's good. If you didn't, I really don't know what to tell you because I'm just really bad at trying to fucking explain shit clearly. But yeah. So, that's how I guess my faith works, or at least how I know that I have faith in God, because I see him working in my life, and that's just how my God works. Let's see, what's the other thing? Talk about being gay and how the community makes you feel. Okay, I know what this one meant. So first let's talk about faith and how that is, and then talk about gay and how that is. Along with my faith, and I guess just believing in God and being a Christian anyway, it's very fulfilling to me, because it gives me so much hope, and I guess it's just hope. Like, it just gives me something to look forward to. And, it makes it easier when things go wrong. Just be like, God's got a plan for me and whatnot. Like, not to say that I don't believe in it. Like, I do. But it's just like, even if I didn't believe in it, it's still something that helps. Because it makes it feel like I don't have to carry the entire burden of, like, my life. And, like, what happens. Not to say I'm not responsible for it. Like, yes. But also to be like, there's a purpose. There's something more. There's somebody greater than me that I don't have to think, oh my God, like, it's all gonna come crumbling down on me and shit like that. Like, no, like there's something bigger than me. That helps. And can help me. And does help me. So, I guess that's how I best explain my faith. Not to mention, like, gospel music. Gospel music we have in the bops. Like, don't even try and sit here and play. Gospel music has the bops, depending on, like, depending on your style, like, what you like. Because, like, what I might like might not be the same as what you might like, and what I think is bops, you all might not think is bops, I might think is, like, flops. So, bops or flops, whatever you want to do, I'm definitely down for the cause on gospel music. So yeah. And so now, to talk about being gay, oh my God, the way the community makes me feel in, my gayness is just unrelenting acceptance. Like, it doesn't matter what I am, how I identify, how I look, nothing at all. And it's constant acceptance and love and support, which God, if only y'all could, like, be me, then y'all would completely understand, like, my feelings on this, and it would make this video so much easier and probably go so much shorter. Because it's so hard to put into words the way that these two communities make me feel, like being in the church, and like my Christianity and how that makes me feel, and just makes you feel like a good person, all that stuff, and then within the gay community, how it makes me feel free, like freedom, really, in that I can be whatever I want, and it doesn't matter, and it's not going to impede or hinder anything in my life. So yeah, I think that's how I explain it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it gives me so much freedom. Like, freedom to be myself, like, my freedom to, like, do drag and all the shit that I do. Like, it's because of the support of my community, my queer community, and that, they will love me no matter what. Like, when you talk about unconditional love, like, that is what the queer community does and gives me. Is complete and without a doubt unconditional love, no matter what, pretty much. I mean, that's what unconditional love means, duh. But, yeah. Okay. Now, let's talk about going to church and fellowship. Ooh, okay. So, talking about going to church and fellowship. So fellowship, if you don't know, which I can't say that this is like the concrete meaning of fellowship, this is just like what it means at my church, which if you want to know what church I go to, just ask me in the comment box. Just comment and ask me and I'll tell you, because I don't want to give it to you unless you actually want to know, because like then that's just useless information that you don't fucking find interesting or need. So yeah. Fellowship at my church basically just means, talking and conversing and friendship and just, communicating. Jesus, bitch, speak. Communicating. And that's pretty much what fellowship is at my church. Like, it's just talking and laughing and stuff like that, which I feel like I do the same thing with the queer community, like, whenever I'm, like, pretty much, like, at the Pride Center. At SDSU's Pride Center. Y'all have probably seen more than enough videos of me there, or maybe not. I don't really remember. Actually, I don't think I've ever actually done one, like, at the Pride Center, just, like, as a vlogging day at the Pride Center, day in the Pride Center. But I've, like, recorded a couple of videos there. But that's not the same. But, point is, fellowshipping in any terms from me basically just means conversing and talking and laughing and sharing a moment and just, like, just talking, pretty much. Conversing of any sort. Talk about how Christians talk about gays, mean Christians versus nice Christians. Okay, so, I just thought about, so after I do all these bullet points, I'm just gonna talk about my feelings on being gay and Christian, because this I should have done this video as soon as I wrote these notes, because now I'm like, what was the point I was trying to get across by making these bullet points, but like, it's not coming to my head right now, so yeah. But yeah. So, the way people talk about Christians, I mean gays, okay, so mean Christians, you know, they'll talk about gays like, you know, you're burning in hell, you're gonna go to hell, and like all this crap, because, you know, that is what the Bible says, I guess. I don't actually know, I've never read the Bible. You know, you're like, oh my god, you're a Christian, stuff for the Bible. Yes, that is a long-ass book. Like, I am a diehard Harry Potter fan, and I have yet to actually read the last book in its entirety, because that's a lot of pages, and I'm a lazy bitch. Put the two together, and you get not gonna do it. Sorry. But yeah. They typically are just very, very hurtful. You know, mean Christians are very hurtful towards the queer community in that, you know, some of the things I've heard and I've seen, like, especially, like, after the Orlando situation, like, it's hard to be like, wow, you're a Christian? Like, some people were like, oh, yeah, like, that's good, like, they should have died, and, like, all this shit, and, you know, it's like, even if you don't approve, I'm pretty sure God, an all-loving God, who is forgiving, like, that's his thing, like, that's his fucking MO, that's what he does, is forgives. And you are following him. Like, you're supposed to be an example of this all-forgiving God that you serve. But yet, when somebody does something that's, like, not in the Bible or against the Bible, then it becomes very hate speech. I'm pretty sure if God were here, even if God, you know, came down and was like, yes, I did say, you know, it is, unsavory, unholy to be gay or something, I don't fucking know. But even if God himself came down and was like, yes, these are the words I said, and no, I do not believe in homosexuality, he would still be forgiving, and wouldn't just come down and be like, yeah, you're all fucking going to hell, you fucking faggots, and all this kind of shit. Like, no, even your God would come down and would treat us with respect. Even if he didn't agree with us, he would still treat us with respect. Like, that says something, that your Savior would treat us with respect, but you don't. But you serve your Savior, right? Are y'all seeing the missing links there? Just like the missing links that the people who like to talk bad about gays have? But that's none of my business, right? Whatever. So, I guess that's how I envision, that's what the fuck I know. I've encountered mean Christians, like, at my fucking school. Oh my god, like, in the middle of, like, our school, like, we would have these, preachers, I think they were preachers, I don't know, people who had the Bible, and were preaching about the Bible, and were specifically preaching, you know, about homosexuality, it being wrong, and us all being confused, and, you know, gender fluid, and that being wrong, which, I mean, red flag, bitch, hello, I'm gender fluid, you know, and them speaking about, and I don't want to use this word, but just so y'all can understand, like, the weight and depth of how hateful these people can be, he literally stood there and was like, yes, and we can fix you if you're a hermaphrodite. Like, did your mother not teach you respect or manners, or, like, how to fucking use language? Or what language is appropriate? Because, excuse me, nigga, the fuck? Like, that kind of language is not, we don't use that language anymore, okay? So, please maybe get with the program. Like, if you're going to talk bad, maybe at least use the correct language in order to do that. Just saying. Just like when I talked about the government. Like, if you're gonna be a corrupt government, fully fucking follow through. But whatever, that's, like, not the point right now. But basically, they're fucking hypocritical, that's what it is. It's hypocrisy. You know, you stand there and you're like, oh, you know, God is all loving and he will forgive you if you repent in all your sins and blah, 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 blah. Like, if you are a good person, then God will love you, right? So, if you are a good person and God will love you, do you think that God wants you out there going, oh my god, you're going to burn in hell and kind of crap like that? Like, no. If you're trying to supposedly save my life, then maybe use God's method. Love thy motherfucking neighbor, bitch. Maybe try using words of encouragement or, like, you know, some kind of nice approach, not, you're burning in hell, faggot. Like, that's not gonna get me, to be like, oh yeah, I should definitely join Christianity. Like, I guess I am a Christian, but if I wasn't, that sure in the fuck would not get me to join. Ugh. But, not all Christians are fucking cuntbag assholes. Some of them actually know how to talk to us and respond, and, you know, have a decent conversation where they're like, you know, that is your choice. Even though it's not an actual choice, but at least they have respect when talking to us. They'd be like, you know, that's your choice, you know, you do what you do, you know, God will love you no matter what. If you repent, blah, 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 you get to go to heaven, all this stuff, all this, you know, great, good, glory, gravy, ham, cheese, steak, bread, whatever. It's all good in the hood. With good Christians, like, that's how they are. They may not necessarily agree with your lifestyle, but they can at least treat you with some fucking respect. Like, if I'm gonna burn in hell, then let me burn in hell, but please be respectful to me. Like, that's all I ask. Really, that's literally all I ask. Ugh, okay, what was the next thing? The next one was... talk about things you question about being gay and Christian. Okay, now this is the real question here, because I am a Christian, and I am gay, And according to the Bible, which I have yet to read that passage yet that says that I'm going to hell. I mean, I do know of, the words that's like, if man shall lie with man, it's an abomination or something. I'm paraphrasing because I don't know it like word for word or, from my heart because I haven't read the book, as I said. But that is a very big question for me because being Christian and gay, I do have to wonder because I'm like, I believe in God. And if God says I'm going to hell for being gay, like, am I? Like, that's a big question for me. Like, I do wonder that sometimes. I will sit in church and just wonder and be like, what if I am going to hell? Like, I can't choose to be straight. Like, I'm just not wired that way. Like, literally, when they say it's not a choice, it is not a choice. If I could be born straight, I would, because I would have so many less problems. My God, my life would be so much easier. Oh, my God. So, when I hear that, I'm going to hell for being gay, or, gays are going to hell while I'm sitting in church, which, my pastor's never actually, well, we'll get to that. But it makes me feel like I'm 5. It makes me feel like I'm 5 years old again when, you're wondering about the world because you don't know a lot. And so, you question everything. And, it really makes me question, my God. Because you hear, it is an abomination, and it is a sin, and for committing sins you go to hell, right? So, being gay and being Christian, I have to wonder, am I going to hell, like, for being gay? Like, what if I was a good person? What if I was a really nice person who did all the things I'm supposed to and, like, abide by the Bible completely and utterly, except for the whole homosexuality thing? Would I still go to hell? Like, those are some of the questions that I would love to ask God, if, like, God, could come down and be like, hey, how you doing, Shane? Let's have a conversation about some stuff. Like, that would probably be the very first question I would ask him, is like, God, like, am I gonna go to hell for being gay? Like, no shit. If any of you have seen the video, I think it was on Facebook, of, there was this kid who was, like, asking his dad, as they were getting out of the car about, policemen and, are they gonna shoot me, daddy, and all these kind of things. Now, here's the connection between the two, or theirs and mine, in that the innocence in them asking that because of fear is the same innocence and fear that I have in relation to God and my homosexuality. Because I feel that I'm a good person. I feel that I'm pretty straightforward, good kid. And that I haven't, committed a bunch of sins or, like, killed or, like, all those kind of things. And so I'm like, I'm hoping I'm gonna go to heaven. But I think about what a shame it would be if I got there and God was like, I'm sorry, but you have to go to hell because you're gay. Like, again, I don't have words for it. Like, I would literally just sitting here saying the same thing over and over again because I don't have other words for it. Like, it just puzzles me because I'm like, would my God do that? Like, is God really, could God be so, I guess for lack of a better word, mean? Like, is God really that mean? Like, would he really be that mean that if I was even if I was a nice person, not saying that I'm not, but that I would go to hell just because who I loved? Like, I don't know. That's what's so difficult about being Christian and about being gay, because I like being Christian, I want to be Christian, I believe in God, but at the same time, I'm like, how can I believe in a God that says that I'm gonna go to hell? Like, it's a conundrum, it really is, because I want to believe. I do, I want to full-heartedly believe, but I can't completely believe because of the fact that that it says, I'm going to hell, because I'm gay. Like, are you seeing my trouble? Like, are you seeing the problem there, or my problem that I'm having with being gay and Christian? Like, and how am I supposed to, go through all these different churches and go to these different functions if, I'm like, I know that if they knew that I was gay, like, that's it. Like, then, what do I do? Which is why I like the nice Christians, the ones that aren't, you're gonna burn in hell kind of shit, but the ones that are, they're like, just be a good person and wait for Judgment Day, I guess, whatever. Ugh, okay. Next is talk about the pastor and his sermon portion on being out and proud in the darkness. Haha, I told you we'd get to this. So, the church that I go to doesn't really talk about being gay, or at least they don't, harp on it and be like, oh, homosexuals going to burn in hell, blah, 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 blah. But I already know how they feel about it because I know that they have, I believe it's a gay grandson, and they don't necessarily approve of his lifestyle, but they do love him. So, love the sinner, hate the sin, kind of deal. And never once had my pastor talked about, the homosexuals and all that kind of stuff. However, a couple sermons ago, he was talking about, what was it? Walking with God or something like that, and like living in the light and all that kind of stuff, and not living in the darkness, and being out and proud about loving God. And one of the things he had talked about was he was like, yeah, like, we gotta be out there, we gotta be proud, we gotta be out and proud, come out, of the darkness and, and profess your love to God and all those kind of things. And then he was like, yes, because these sinners sure ain't, sure ain't shy or something about that. about their sins. You know, these gay folks always talk about coming out and, you know, being proud of living in the darkness. And, like, that was what he had said. And in my mind, like, my world sort of paused for a quick second because I was like, how am I supposed to feel about that? Like, my mom knows I'm gay and knows I'm, you know, going to church with her. And, like, I wonder what she thinks I feel right now. Like, does she understand how I'm feeling? Does anybody understand how I'm feeling in this moment that, like, I am homosexual, I am gay, and I'm sitting in a church, and my pastor is talking about those who are homosexual are living in the darkness. You know, the darkness of sin, pretty much, that's what that means. And, you know, they're proud about living in the darkness. And I'm, like, sitting here, and I'm like, I'm a little bit speechless. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I am homosexual, I am gay, and I'm sitting in the church, and you're talking about gays, and I can't be like, well, blah, 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 or, like, rebuttal it, because in my church, obviously, I'm not out, because, hello? But it's like, and it's stuck in this fucking weird limbo. Like, it's the same situation as, like, when I'm questioning God about, am I gonna go to hell because I'm gay? Like, what if I'm a good person? What if I'm a fucking devout Christian, but I'm gay? Where do we end up? Are we in limbo forever or something, or do we actually go to hell? Like, I don't understand it. I don't. So yeah, and then my last question is, talk about wondering if you're going to... This is literally all we've been talking about. But the last bullet point is, talk about wondering if you're going to hell because you're gay at the same time wanting to go to heaven and being in constant state of wonder. Okay, so that is my life. I'm in a constant... Ooh, shit, my leg just fell asleep. Sorry. Basically, my life is being in a constant state of fucking wonder of, I want to go to heaven. I so badly want to go to heaven because of all the things I'm hearing about heaven. Like, heaven's gonna be fucking amazing. You're gonna see all the people that you love, and you're gonna get to rekindle, you know, all your loved ones and all that, you know, all that great stuff. But if you sin and don't repent, then you're going to hell, and you don't get to go to heaven, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, a sin is like when you do something bad, like you'll feel bad, right? Like you'll, you know, and all these things, but I don't feel bad being gay. Like, it's literally just me. Like, and I'm in this constant state of wonder where I'm like, am I going to go to hell? Like, that would be really unfair, and I feel that the God that I serve, personally, because, you know, your relationship with God is first, sorry. I am wearing shorts. Don't think I'm sitting here naked. Or bottomless, I guess you could say. The God that I serve, personally, because your relationship with God is personal, my God would never do that. Like, if you are a good person, then you're going to go to heaven, according to my God. Like, the God that I believe in, of my own accord, not necessarily the one that, you know, I go to church and I pray, or that everybody... See how I do that? Not necessarily the same God that everybody else, you know, and every Christian is like, oh my God, like, we all serve the same God. Yes, we do in theory, but to me, my God, that I personally, my personal connection with my Lord and Savior, my God, would not allow me to go to hell for loving somebody, because love is greater than hate, which I know is very, very cliche to say, especially coming from a gay. Like, love is stronger than hate, please, but like, bitch, really, love is stronger than hate, and I feel that if you're a loving person, and you're kind, and you do all the right things, that you should still go to heaven, and I would hope that the God that I personally serve would do that, would allow me to go to heaven, regardless of being gay. Like, I guess that's pretty much the point in saying all of this, is that even though I'm gay, and that's against the, not a law, ooh, shit, that is against, Christian law, there's nothing I can do about that. All I can do is be a good person and hope I get to go to heaven, which makes no sense to me, like, why in some countries, like, it's such a religious law that, you know, you could just be killed. Like, literally in Jamaica, you can be killed. I think in Ghana as well, like, you can be killed for being gay. Like, why, though? Like, I feel like I'm being bullied. Like, I feel like Christians are sort of bullies in that, you know, like, at least the mean ones, the ones that decide that they need to go out of their way to tell me I'm going to hell, like, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Like, if I'm going to go to hell, and this is something that I always believe in, especially when it comes to people who, like, want to get in my face about it, like, don't be a bully. If I'm gonna go to hell, let me go to hell in peace, please. Like, if you're gonna try and save my soul, and I don't want you to save my soul, then let it be. Let it go. You need to let it go, according to Meghan Trainor. But, like, seriously, on some real shit, like, just let it go. If I'm gonna go to hell, let me fucking go to hell then. But the God that I serve and believe in is not gonna allow me to go to hell purely for being gay. Now, if I kill somebody, that's a different story. Which I haven't killed anybody. As of yet. Joking, I'm not gonna kill anybody. I mean, I don't know the future, though, so... but I'm as of now, I've never killed anybody, and I don't plan on killing anybody. Now, if it's out of, you know, self-defense, that's completely different, but that is not the point of this at all. Why am I about to go on a tangent? Stop it. Point is, my walk in my Christianity is very fucking confusing and complex as hell, because I'm like, should I be walking this walk? Should I even be Christian? Because what happens if God's not real? Like, that is a topic for another day, but like, just as a quick snippet, like, what if God's not real? What if God is not real, and like, I've been living this great life, and I haven't been doing all these things that I want to do, and all this shit, and then I get up, and it's like, oh, well, God's not real. Or, what if it's like, God is real, and, you know, I didn't do all the things I was supposed to, and then I go to hell. Or, God is real, and I'm still going to hell because I'm gay. Or, which is the option we're really, really, really hoping for, is that God is real, so is heaven, and I'm not going to go to hell for being gay. Now, if I do some other sins, that's completely different. Well, not other, well, okay, if I do, well, and then that, yeah. Because I was gonna say if I do a really bad sin, which then is trying to qualify sins, and like, oh, one sin's better, one sin's greater than the other, which is literally what Christians do, what some Christians do in order to justify their crusade against homosexuality, to be like, oh, this sin is greater than the other sin. A sin is a sin, no matter what the fuck the sin is. Like, if you steal, that's no worse than if you are gay, that's no worse if you kill, because a sin is a sin to God. So if you sin, then that's a sin. But, I feel like God has some kind of leniency. I would hope to fucking God has leniency, and that I wouldn't go to hell. So all that to say, yes. Wait, not yes. There was no question. The fuck? Ah! My God! Yes, my God. I am gonna go now because I'm clearly losing it right now, and I need food. So, I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't very heavy on ranting because I didn't really have a lot to rant about. This is more so just to talk. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Share your own walk with faith, or in your queerness, and how that, I guess, associates with your faith, if you do have faith, in whatever higher power that you believe in. And if you don't have a higher power that you believe in, then just talk about, you know, how the queer community has helped you, and if you do have some kind of faith in something higher than yourself, you can talk about that in the comments box. Not the comments box. Yeah, in the comments box below. And yeah, I guess I will see y'all next time. And nope, that is not how I sign off. Until next time, I wish you peace, love, and oh so much happiness. Bye, Smarties.